All right, team, what's going on? I'm Tim Jenkins, and welcome to All Things QB. And today we are talking about Caleb Williams and how he fits in this Chicago Bears offense. Today's video, we've got a little bit different structure, okay? I'm going to start with just my general analysis, what I think about Caleb Williams, okay? The first thing that jumped off the tape to me is his ability to throw on the move, right? I didn't think USC protected him that great this season. I thought he had to generate a lot of plays outside the pocket, outside of structure. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I thought he was extremely accurate when he was on the move, okay? The next thing for me was his quick game accuracy and efficiency. So not only quick game, but downfield. If you think about the football field, if you think about plays in three general areas, right? We have quick game, which is kind of that 5 yards and then behind the line of scrimmage, right? From 5 yards past the line of scrimmage to behind the line of scrimmage. We've got downfield, which is kind of that 6 to 12, let's call it, right? Like your basic route, 12 over the ball. So you got the 6 to 12, and then you got your shot plays, right? Anything that we're going further down the field. I think he is extremely accurate, and he's extremely efficient in that quick game and downfield. The one area I think he could improve, which are those shot plays, and I think Shane, who's coming over from Seattle, right? Shane Waldron or whatever. He's coming over from Seattle, right? We studied a lot of the Seattle tape. You're going to see some Seattle tape. I'll talk about video structure in a second. But they like to generate shot plays down the field. I thought he did, I'm being hypercritical on him, right? I think he did a pretty darn good job, and we'll show some clips of him firing that ball down the field. But I do think that's an area that he could improve, okay? The other thing that I would tell you that I really walked away impressed with was our football IQ, our ability to move defenders to open up our guys, right? Where it's like, hey, if you got a curl flat defender, hey, put your eyes at the flat, you can see him expand, and then boom, we hit the curl. I thought he did a great job of doing that on tape. Okay, before we get into this video, guys, I'm not sure how many of you guys know this, but I run a company called Jenkins Elite, and we do football camps, right? We have 10 quarterback academies across the country, but this summer we are doing 5 really big football camps for all positions, youth or high school kids. We're going to Tampa, Charlotte, Denver, Houston, and San Diego. If you have a football player in those areas, or heck, you want to go on vacation in one of those areas and you want to fly in for our camp, we would love to have you, okay? I would love to meet you guys, kind of put some faces to some of the names that comment and enjoy the video. So please consider doing that. We also have a foundation, so hopefully financials do not prohibit anyone from participating in our camp, because I know it's not the cheapest thing around, but we really believe in what we're doing. So it's 7.5 hours of training, whether you're a youth kid or a high school kid. Go check out the dates. They're on our website, jenkinselite.com. And even if you don't have a kid, but you know somebody, please consider, sending our camps over to them. It's super helpful to me, and it helps kind of not only grow this channel, but also grow our business. So last thing I have for you before we jump into this is the way this video is structured. I'm hoping and praying that after this intro, there's film, okay? A lot of the college tape that I've released in the past has gotten nuked by YouTube. It's gotten copyright stricken down. It's gotten taken off of YouTube. So if all of a sudden after this intro you go and then it's just the outro, it's because it got nuked by YouTube and we had to clip that section. I hope that doesn't happen, okay? But the structure of this video is going to be showing you the Seahawks doing a concept, and then showing you USC and Caleb Williams and how he translates right after it. So we'll have some Seahawks clips, and then boom, USC right behind it, Seahawks, USC, and I'll talk you through, hey, what am I seeing the Seahawks try to accomplish? And because that's obviously where the new Bears offensive coordinator was last year, that's why we're showing you Seahawks tape, and then the USC clip right behind it. The other thing for you guys to know is a lot of my videos, they're what I'm trying to do is 80-20, okay? 80% of this video is on YouTube. If you want the extra clips, jump over to Patreon, okay? It means the world to me if you're willing to support us on Patreon. But if you're good with 80%, hey, watch it on YouTube. It's a heck of a breakdown, I still think. Great breakdown. If you want that extra 20%, jump over to Patreon. Or if you just want to support the channel, jump over to Patreon and watch it on there. So without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, team, we are jumping right into it. And the first clip I have for you guys, I just talked you through the video structure, right? Hey, we're going to show you some Seahawks stuff to show you how, it comes over from Shane. And then we're going to show you some USC stuff to show you how I think Caleb can execute his offense. And then, you know what I'm doing to open up? I'm not showing you a Seahawks clip because this, to me, when I was watching the CU game, just kind of jumped off the tape. And I got to show it to you guys as the opening. Because to me, this is that sort of stuff you can't teach. I want you to watch him hang on the concept, right? Tries to give his concept a shot, gets out of the pocket, and then, man, first and foremost, I love that the wide receivers get in a scramble drill. That's something these Bears receivers, I think, can do a better job of than they did with Justin. But I got to tell you, man, I love a quarterback scrambling, keeping his eyes downfield, delivering a strike, and then all of a sudden generating a huge play, right? Those are the kind of scramble to throw, right? Buy time to throw that you love to see from some of these NFL prospects. Man, big time throw. Big time throw. Great little play creation. So obviously right out of the gate, I guess, yeah, I did something that I didn't intend on doing, but that play was just too good not to show. So what I'm going to open up with, it's just quick game. Okay, nothing crazy from the Seahawks here. I really enjoyed watching some of their little quick game concepts. So all they're doing here, right, is it's super simple. We've got the mandatory outside release. We've got the out route. Okay, we've got double slant backside. All right. We've got trail technique. They're in cover 55 or two-man, right? Two-man means we're man-to-man here, man-to-man here, man-to-man here. And then these safeties are two deep, right? So two deep with man underneath. You've got the speed out in the slot. Geno does a really good job getting to the speed out, delivering a strike. To play in this offense, right, you're going to be able to have to process the information. Hey, process the coverage shell, and then get to your right quick game spot, okay? Because a lot of these are going to be split concepts where it's, you know, hey, we want this against a certain coverage, this against a certain coverage. You know, there'll be addendums like this was probably leverage trumps coverage shell, meaning, hey, if you feel like we've got good leverage on the out, which obviously they do. And then here, okay, obviously not a one-for-one comparison, not in any way, shape, or form. But we've got slant with a little swing here. We've got a sit right here. We've got a takeoff here. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what he's got outside. But all Caleb's going to do is he's going to feel this off coverage, right? He's going to feel off coverage. He's going to go ahead and take this right here. What I love about it is I want you guys to watch how fast Caleb gets the ball out of his paw. Look at this. Catch, stab your right foot, ball's out. Also kind of funny because guess what? He plays with his left foot back. You know, not that we were talking about that with the Bears for like 2 years, but we'll see what he ends up playing with in the pros if he keeps his right foot back or left foot back or if he goes right foot back. But just watch this. Boom, stab, ball's out. Really good stuff. So that's kind of how I see him translating in the quick game. I think quick game is going to be a non-issue. I think he's extremely accurate in quick game. I think he does a good job processing information in quick game. I think obviously you can see him making sure his protection's correct. He's going to get himself into a spot where this guy's going to be a free runner here. With that being said, I think he knows, hey, I've got off coverage. I'm going to get that ball out of my hand, so I'm not worried about that at all. Really like that. Okay, so quick game out of the gate. Now we've got some movement. Okay, the movement stuff, the movement series, I'm going to show you guys two different ones from the Seahawks offense. So this is just a straight, we're sprinting out. You know, we got a little speed out, whatever. I think a takeoff outside. Okay, third down conversion. Boom, right? Move the target point, move the launch point. Get this thing out of our quarterback's hand. We need an athletic enough guy to where he can sprint out, get his body into an awkward position, but still complete an accurate pass. That's exactly what Geno does, okay? The next movement variation you guys are going to see, a little bit more traditional from the pro game. We've got boot, okay? We've got just straight up boot. You're going to see this, boom, action. We've got the slicer. We've got just the flood concept. Okay, how do we get to it, right? We've got a flood concept, so we've got one guy on the ultra high. I don't know who's who, but we've got one guy here. We've got this slicer across. We're here, we're booting out, right? Very traditional boot game. You end up with these layers, right? Here, here, here. Okay, Geno does a good job. Hey, just throw it to your open guy, right? If you got enough off coverage, take the easy completion, keep moving the team forward. That's exactly what Geno does. I personally think this will be really good for this Bears team. I think Caleb, I do think we got to get him under center a little bit for these sorts of, to have a more effective run game and boot game. I'd love to see him get under a little bit like Geno does. So we'll see what they end up doing with him. However, here's a little movement clip I had from the CU game. And I got to tell you guys, I really love this because I think it shows you kind of both because first and foremost, you're going to get a little boot look here where he rides the fake, but you're going to get an awkward position with someone bearing down on you to flip it out there. And I just think he does a good job. I think the awkward arm angles aren't going to be an issue for him, which leads me to believe he's going to be really successful in the movement passing game. Whether it's a true sprint out, whether it's an under center boot, whether they go a little bit more gun boot to keep him familiar with what he had at USC, I really think that's going to be a good transition for him, that movement package, okay? Now we've got what I think the Seahawks really, really love doing, which are these backside shots, okay? So this isn't necessarily a backside shot. This, to me, we've got our 3x1 set, right? We've got 3 receivers down here, our isolated receiver backside. This is more of a bang 8 shot, right? This is more of a, hey, play in rhythm, bang 8, safety moves, boom, they throw it to DK, he takes it to the house. I do think they really liked isolated shots, right? They liked, hey, we've got we're going to create a 3x1 or a bunch by one, or even if it's 2x2, but the slot receiver's a little tighter. They really like to generate some backside one-on-one shots. So with all that being said, they're going to try to bring that over, right? You've got DJ Moore. You've got all these weapons now. To me, it's like what they're going to try to bring over. I think you're going to see DJ Moore play a little bit of that DK Metcalf, because DK, a lot of people think, hey, DK Metcalf, he's just an isolated guy, right? They would move DK down in the slot, all right? They not here, obviously he's outside, but they would move him into the slot and generate some different matchup looks too, which, man, I'm a huge fan of trying to do that with DJ Moore. This one, it's another shot, okay? This one's off of play action, really run action, right? You guys remember we're pulling that guard, so it's run action, but they're just isolating that shot with DK, okay? I love the creativity in which they get to certain formations, or they get to, matchups that they're going to then attack. I really like the creativity from the Seahawks here. Okay, great ball from Geno. I'm being honest with you guys, man. I hadn't watched that much Geno Smith tape. I watched a lot of Seahawks to then prep for this video. I got to be honest with you, man. I was really impressed by Geno. But that's not what you're here to hear. That's not what you are here to hear. You're here to hear about Caleb Williams. So we got a backside shot from USC here. Look, we got a little bunch package, but we got our isolated guy backside. Love this. Man, big time football. Our receiver drops it. Hey, not our fault, right? But I want you guys to watch him here. I love this. Hey, creativity gets us to bunch, right? So he's used to, hey, we got shifts, we got motions. He's used to that. Hey, coverage shell's going to change. We still are, the end game is we want that backside one-on-one shot. Watch his eyes too, team. Watch his eyes, okay? His eyes at first, to me, boom, are kind of holding that safety for a split second, and then that head shifts outside to locate. That's a big-time football. Really big-time football. Really, really big-time football there, okay? I got another one here, backside shot. This one's off of play action, right? Just like we talked about, right? We talked about a little play action, backside one-on-one. Okay, we got the play action here. This one, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like the football, giving our guy a chance. Do I think it's a little bit underthrown? Yeah. Do I think this is one of those, hey, we underthrew it on purpose? No. Okay. I also would tell you that I don't think a lot of quarterbacks underthrow the ball on purpose. I think sometimes we underthrow the ball, we get PI, and then everyone goes, man, such a great decision to underthrow that one. It's just not something. If our receivers got a one-on-one matchup, we have a chance to throw a touchdown, we're not oftentimes trying to underthrow the ball. But, every once in a while you're going to throw a 50-50 ball. I still like that. One. Okay? Now we got a slot shot. Okay, the Seahawks love this one here. We've got we're generating a shot play, but from our slot receiver. Okay, this one you can see just comes off of a little bit of a flash fake here. And then we're going to run by in the slot. Geno steps up. He underthrows this one. Again, remember, just like I was kind of talking about, did he underthrow that on purpose? Absolutely not, right? He wants to throw a touchdown. With that being said, it worked out. So they got this little flash fake. We're just running our receiver down the middle of the field. I really have to be honest with you guys. The way in which they generated shot plays from different formations, and you'll continue to see it later in this film, it really gets me excited to break down the Bears this year, because it's been painful for me to watch And I actually think with Shane, this is going to be a pretty dang fun group to break down. Plus, like Keenan Allen, like they just drafted the Washington kid. I mean, it's going to be a fun offense to watch. I could tell you guys that. Slot shot here from USC. Okay. What did we just watch the Seahawks do? They ran a little play action. They took it this way. What does USC do? They've got this guy on the fade route, right? This is taking over college football, these slot or number 3 receiver fade route, takeoff routes. Okay. We've got the takeoff here. This is a great football because he knows he's got space outside the numbers, right? You have so much room. That's the benefit of running these go routes from the number 2 or number 3 receivers. It gives you so much space outside. Look at him. Use the space outside, little hold up shot. Gosh, you can kind of see how this marriage is coming together where there's a lot of traits on tape that you can see that are going to carry over, cross over to what we're watching the Seahawks try to accomplish last year. I don't know how you don't get excited. All right. This one might be my favorite play that I saw the Seahawks run. All right, YouTube team, I hope you guys enjoyed that breakdown. Like I said earlier, the other 20% of this video is over on Patreon. I would love to have you guys over there. I would love for you to support the channel, so please check it out. There's a link in the description of this video and probably pinned as the top comment. But I'm excited to watch Caleb Williams in the Chicago offense, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I think we've got really big-time receivers in Chicago. I think we've got big-time weapons, and then we've got a kid who can absolutely spin it. I think Shane is going to dial up a ton of shot plays, a ton of downfield plays, some a little sexy quick game to get it out of his paw. I'm excited to watch him this season. You guys comment below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you think of Caleb Williams and his fit with Shane in Chicago. And until next time, peace.